The Paleozoic eon is the current geological eon encompassing the time period from about 541 million years ago to the present day. It is characterized by the proliferation of complex life forms with visible body parts as evidenced by fossils found in rock dating from this eon. The Paleozoic eon is divided into three major eras: Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic era. The Paleozoic era is the earliest division of Phanerozoic era, spanning about 541 million years ago to 252 million years ago. It is characterized by significant evolutionary events, including Cambrian explosion, during which a diverse array of multicellular organisms appeared in the fossil record. Land plants, insects, and vertebrates began to colonize terrestrial environments during this era. Major geological events include the assembly of supercontinent Pangaea and significant climate fluctuations. The Paleozoic era is further subdivided into six periods: Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, and Permian. The Cambrian period, part of Paleozoic era within the Phanerozoic eon, is the pivotal time in Earth's history. It spans from approximately 541 million years ago to about 485 million years ago. The Cambrian period is known for Cambrian explosion, a rapid diversification of life forms, during which most major animal groups first appear in fossil record. The Cambrian period follows the Ediacaran period and marks the beginning of Paleozoic era. During this time, Earth's continent was still part of supercontinent Rodinia. The planet experienced relatively warm temperature and high sea levels. At around 541 million years ago, we can see emergence of several groups of marine vertebrates, including arthropods like trilobites, mollusks like snails and clams, echinoderms like starfish and sea star, chordates, which are ancestors of vertebrates, exploding in diversity. This event in geological history is known as Cambrian explosion. Scientists are not sure what caused the sudden explosion in animal kingdom, but we can see the emergence of many life forms that are ancestors of many of the living organisms around this time. The Ordovician period is a geological time period within the Paleozoic era, following the Cambrian period and preceding the Silurian period. It spans from approximately 485.4 million years ago to 443.8 million years ago. The Ordovician period is named after Celtic tribe of Ordovices and is defined by the presence of distinctive fossil assemblages. During this period, Earth's continent continued to be a part of supercontinent Gondwana, which was situated in the southern hemisphere. The Ordovician period was characterized by extensive shallow seas that were covered large portion of Earth's surface. These seas teemed with diverse array of marine life, including trilobites, brachiopods, cephalopods, corals, and early fishes like vertebrates. The Ordovician period witnessed the continuation of Cambrian explosion's legacy with further diversification, evolution of marine organisms. The period saw proliferation of various marine invertebrates, including brachiopods, bryozoans, gastropods, and cephalopods. The first primitive vertebrates such as jawless fish also appeared during this time, representing an important step in the evolution of vertebrate life. The Ordovician period experienced significant climate changes, with the planet transforming from warmer greenhouse climate of the Cambrian to the cooler, more temperate climate. This climate shifts, along with changes in the sea level and tectonic activity, influenced the marine habitats and distribution of species. The Ordovician period was punctuated by several mass extinction events. Although they were not as severe as those seen in later periods, the extinction events likely triggered environmental changes such as glaciation, sea level fluctuations, and led to decline of some marine species. The Silurian period, spanning from approximately 443 million years ago to about 419 million years ago, is a significant period in Earth's history, characterized by several key geological and biological events. During the Silurian period, Earth's continent was still assembled into supercontinent Gondwana in the southern hemisphere, while Laurasia remained in the separate landmass. The global climate was generally warm, with relatively high seas levels leading to the extensive shallow seas covering large areas of continent. The Silurian period is marked by further diversification of marine life, building upon the evolutionary innovations of preceding Ordovician period. Land plants likely continued to evolve and adapt to terrestrial environments, although they remained relatively simple and limited in size compared to later periods. The Silurian climate was generally warm and stable, with no significant glaciation events occurring during this period. Fluctuations in sea levels and local environmental conditions likely influenced the distribution and diversity of marine life. Tectonic activity continued during the Silurian period, including the closure of Lapteous Ocean through the collision of Laurasia and Baltica. The collision of these landmasses led to the formation of Caledonian orogeny, the mountain building event that produced Caladian mountains in present-day Scotland and Scandinavia. The Devonian period, spanning from approximately 419 million years ago to about 358 million years ago, is known as Age of Fishes due to diversification and dominance of fish-like vertebrates. It was a pivotal time in Earth's history, marked by significant geological and biological events. During the Devonian period, Earth's continent was still assembled into supercontinent Gondwana in the southern hemisphere, while Laurasia remained a separate landmass. The period experienced diverse climatic conditions, with regions ranging from equatorial to polar latitudes. The Devonian period witnessed continued evolution and diversification of vertebrates, with significant innovations in jawed fish anatomy and lifestyle adaptations. The first amphibians evolved from lobe-finned fish during Devonian, representing a crucial transition from aquatic to terrestrial life. Devonian rocks preserve a rich fossil record, providing valuable insight into marine and terrestrial ecosystems of this period. Fossilized remains of fish, amphibians, plants, and invertebrates are commonly found in Devonian sediments, contributing to our understanding of Devonian life and environments. The Devonian period was a time of significant evolutionary innovation and ecological change. It witnessed the emergence of diverse vertebrate groups, the colonization of land by early amphibians, and the development of complex terrestrial ecosystems. It laid the foundation for subsequent evolution of terrestrial life and the emergence of modern ecosystems in later geological periods. The Carboniferous period, spanning from approximately 358 million years ago to about 298 million years ago, is a significant period in Earth's history characterized by its lush forest, extensive coal deposits, and the evolution of early reptiles. During the Carboniferous period, Earth's continent was positioned closer to the equator, forming the supercontinent Pangaea. The period experienced relatively warm and humid climates, with extensive swamp forest covering vast areas of land. The Carboniferous period is often referred to as the Age of Coal due to the widespread formation of coal deposits from abundant plant material that accumulated in swampy environments. These swamp forests were dominated by towering tree-like plants such as lycopsids, ferns, horsetails, and seed ferns. The Carboniferous period witnessed significant evolutionary developments, including the diversification of amphibians and the emergence of early reptiles. Amphibians, which had evolved from fish ancestors during the Devonian period, were the abundant terrestrial vertebrate during this time. The warm and humid climate of the Carboniferous period supported the growth of dense forest and lush vegetation. Atmospheric oxygen levels were relatively high during this period, reaching up to 35% compared to around 21% today, which likely contributed to the growth of giant insects. The Permian period, spanning from approximately 298 million years ago to about 251 million years ago, was the last period of Paleozoic era and marked the culmination of Paleozoic biodiversity before the catastrophic events leading to the end of the era. During the Permian period, the supercontinent Pangaea continued to assemble, with most of the land masses consolidated into one large landmass. The period experienced diverse climatic conditions with arid inland regions and more temperate coastal areas. The Permian period saw the dominance of gymnosperms, including conifers, cycads, in terrestrial ecosystems, replacing many of the earlier Carboniferous plant groups. Large forests covered much of the land, supporting a variety of plant and animal life. The Permian period witnessed the further evolution and diversification of reptiles, including the emergence of early synapsids and archosaurs. Synapsids such as Dimetrodon were among the dominant terrestrial vertebrates during this period. The Permian period experienced significant climatic fluctuations, including periods of glaciation in polar region and arid conditions in equatorial regions. These climatic changes likely contributed to the extinction of certain plant and animal group and reshaping of terrestrial ecosystems. The Permian period ended with the largest mass extinction event in Earth's history, known as Permian-Triassic end extinction. This catastrophic event resulted in the loss of estimated 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species, making the end of Paleozoic era and the beginning of Mesozoic